Okay then. Today we are going to learn two important endgame concepts. Okay. One of them is called fox in the chicken coop.
Fox in the chicken
Coop.
coop.
Yes. Have you ever
Okay.
heard about this term?
No, I haven't heard about that term.
Okay. So it's like if I translate it into Marathi, we can say कोंबड़ियों के बीच में लोमड़ी. So it's like fox in the chicken house.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing is that let's try to understand this with this particular position. Can you see the position on your
Yes.
screen?
Yes.
Okay. So think
King
about it
is
this way.
on
Sorry.
King is on C4, pawn is on C5,
Right.
and G6 and H5.
Right.
Black's position is like king is on C6,
Right.
G7 and 6 pawn. Okay.
Right. So the basic idea is this, that think of the pawns as chickens
Okay.
and think of the kings as fox.
Okay.
So what we basically do as white, for example, in this position is, let's say it's white to play, by the way.
Okay.
So what do you think should white do here? What do you think is the basic idea behind this position?
Basic idea in this position is white did not need to care about the c5 pawn. He can
Right.
go forward and capture the g6 and h6. Sorry,
Exactly.
g7 and h6 pawns.
Right. Good.
So probably, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
king d4 is the move.
Right. Good. So the basic idea is that we use the c5 pawn as distraction.
Yes.
Okay. So we want to march our king to the queen side and gobble up the queen side pawns.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
fox in the chicken coop. Okay, so these are chickens, and basically we are going to the chicken coop or the house of the chickens. We are going
Hmm.
to eat them up and we are going to promote our pawn. So that's simple.
Exactly.
Okay.
Hmm.
So let's say the king goes back to
Yeah.
c7. Then what do we do now?
We will go king d5.
Okay, king d5 is okay. All
Even
right.
king e5 is
Right, right.
best, but
Both
I
work.
will, yeah.
Both work. Okay. So king to d7.
Pawn c6 check,
Right.
king c7, king e6.
King goes to c7. Then we go to e6. Right. Good.
Yeah. And then if he takes, then king f7. That's just
Right.
clear.
Very simple.
Hmm.
And then we
Even
simply push. We don't even have to capture the pawn, right? We can just sidestep
yes, yeah.
and promote the pawn.
G7,
Simple.
g8. Simple.
Okay, great. So this is a very important concept, and you already know it, by the way.
Hmm.
So it's good. But it's always good to revise your fundamentals.
Hmm.
And this goes to show that outside passed pawn is, extremely valuable in end games.
Exactly.
Okay. So next position. White to move. Just give me a second. I'll be back. All right. What do you think?
Okay. Let me just uh, calculate the position.
Yeah.
It's white to play.
You can see it clearly, right?
King d6, king takes uh, b7 and let me
King
think.
b6.
No, d6.
King d6. Okay, good.
King
Because
d6,
king b6 would be
a blunder.
right. Why?
But that's a stalemate.
Exactly. Good. So king d6.
King d6, king cross b7,
Right.
and then we can just play king e6, king f6.
Right. Just gobble up all the pawns.
King e6, king
Or
f1.
even, yeah, we can just sidestep. We don't even have to take all the pawns because once we have a passer,
Hmm.
And considering that he can't go back all the way to f8, we can easily promote the pawn.
Hmm.
A quick correction here. Since it is black's move, the black king can actually make its way back to f8. In that case, the simplest approach is just capture the pawns, because the black king would have no chance against these three connected passed pawns. But even if the king goes back, we can still push our pawn to f5. And if the king goes to f8, we simply oppose him. And when he moves out of the way, we sidestep and then we promote the pawn. Same, fox in the chicken coop.
Exactly.
Okay, good. Anyways, let's go to the new position now. So another concept introduction.
Hmm.
Okay, so we learned fox in the chicken coop, in which
Hmm.
we sacrifice the outside passed pawns, march over
Hmm.
to the other side, gobble up the pawns, and
Hmm.
promote our pawn. And now we are
Okay.
going to learn about deep freeze.
Deep freeze.
Deep freeze.
Okay.
Have you heard about this concept before?
Never.
Never?
Never.
Okay. So we are going to look at this particular positions without the king, okay? Without the
Okay.
king.
Hmm.
So let's say it's white to move.
Hmm.
And what do you think should white do here? Let's say on the queen side.
On the queen side, I will play a5, stopping b5 and b6.
Good.
Reason behind that, his a pawn is way far from promoting, and my pawn is faster than his pawn.
Right. Good.
And we are having two versus one in a king side, so eventually we will have a win over here.
Okay. Okay.
No, no, no. I don't think so because
Yeah.
black could play g5 here.
Right. Right. But that's for another point. But on the queen side, you're right. So what you just
Hmm.
played on the queen side is a5, right?
Yes.
So that is known as the deep freeze.
Hmm.
And why is that? Because one pawn stops two pawns.
Exactly.
And there are also cases in which one pawn can stop three pawns. Okay?
Wow.
That is also known as deep freeze. So the
Wow.
idea is simple, right? If
Hmm.
black plays b6 or b5, then we can simply play a takes b6, and
Exactly.
our pawn is like faster to
Faster.
promotion.
Hmm.
And this particular concept can be extremely useful, as we will see.
Okay.
Okay. So for example, let's say it's black to play in this position, and let's say that the play is going on the king side. So what should black do?
Uh, yeah, black can play g5 over here,
Right. You already
but
pointed that out before. So
but
g5.
I think so. b5 is much better.
Yeah. But on the king side only.
Okay.
In that regard, g5 is the right move, because this
Hmm.
is deep freeze by black
Yes.
in a sense.
Hmm. Hmm.
But what happens if white plays h4 here?
gh, g5, h3,
Right.
g6, h2, g7.
Which pawn is faster here?
Black pawn is faster.
Right, by one tempo, but it leads to a simultaneous promotion.
Yeah.
Okay. But this is an important concept to keep in mind.
Hmm.
Okay. Oops,
We get
sorry.
first promotion and we can get a perpetual or a queen trade.
Yeah, it depends on the position, and it depends, like where the kings are. So,
Hmm.
the evaluation of the position will change depending on the king's position. So,
Hmm.
but you have the right idea in mind, by the way.
I get.
Okay. Okay, then let's move on to some practice positions where we can actually try and understand this even better.
True.
Okay. So I think before this, I would like to view this position. Yeah, this is a very instructive position, by the way.
Okay.
So what do you think should white do here?
Let me think. Hmm. White should play h5.
H5. And
Hmm.
why is that?
Stopping the g7 pawn from
Okay.
play.
And what
And
if black plays G5 here?
we can play in person
Yeah, en
or
passant.
pawn. Hmm.
And
And
then,
our pawn is faster.
yes, not only is it faster,
Hmm.
but the black king can't get
It's
back because it is outside the square of the pawn, right?
yes, yes.
Whoops. Okay, good. Then let's say black goes back to c7. What do you think is the right approach to win this position?
King up to c. Uh, King up to d5, I guess.
Okay,
King
king
d5.
d5,
King d5. King here. Pawn c6
king
check.
d7.
Pawn c6 check.
Okay,
King c7.
king c7,
King c5.
king c5.
I think so. But
Okay,
I doubted that king e6 is not working because we are having only one pawn and he can get draw
okay,
by coming on the f6 or f7 square.
right. Okay, excellent intuition. And I think it's not. I think you're right here because let's try and put that on the board. Okay,
King e6, king c6,
king e6, king takes c6,
king f7, king
king
d6,
f7, king d7,
king
king
d7,
takes g7,
king
king
e7,
e7,
and
king
if
takes
we play king
h6,
and king f7, it's a
and
draw.
king f8, or even f7 is fine.
Yeah, f7 is
Yeah,
fine.
and it's a draw because there is no way to make progress here, right?
Hmm. There is nowhere to progress.
Because the black king will go to h8 and block it, which is a
Hmm.
draw. And if
Hmm.
we try to, block the king from going there,
We will
then
not
we are
f8,
basically in
f7.
jail.
Yeah,
He won't allow us to,
promote.
proceed. But what happens if he plays king to f6 here?
He plays king a to f6.
Is there a way for white to win?
Hmm. No, it's still a draw, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. It's still a draw. Good.
Still a draw.
Because if we push the pawn, then he puts us in
King
jail
f6.
again, right?
Yeah, and if we will go king g8, then king
Right.
g5
Then he
is
gets
coming.
to the pawn.
Hmm.
Okay. Good. So excellent intuition on this one. Did you
That's why I'm
calculate it or
playing king
did you
c.
just feel that it should be a draw?
Yeah, I feel that it should be a draw.
Okay.
That's why I play king c5 and
Okay.
then
Right. Good. But
it.
just to verify, like if you are in your games, just make
Hmm.
sure that you always calculate, okay? But this was
Okay.
excellent intuition. Okay. So king,
c5,
right?
king back to
King
d8,
c8.
king back to c8, king d6. Right now, I think so. It's working.
Okay.
King
How would you
d8,
make
king
this work?
c6. Okay, king d8, king e6, king c7. He lose a tempo on c7.
Okay, let's try it out.
Okay, king d8, king e6,
So king d8, king e6.
king c7, king f7,
Okay,
king cross c6, king cross g6,
right,
king cross g7. Then he come here and we have the g7 square. Yeah,
right. Excellent. Very good job.
winning.
But going back to this position, there
Hmm.
is an even simpler way to win this position.
Simpler way.
Yeah. And that is the main difference between this position and the one that we saw earlier. The first
Hmm.
position that we saw and our current position.
Okay.
Do you see the difference between the two?
Yeah, freezing. And uh,
What is the difference between the two positions?
difference between is that we are having a outside pass pawn, which is deflecting the king from coming to
But
h5.
we have an outside passed pawn in both positions, right? Are you able to
Yes.
see the screen clearly when I switch
Yeah.
between the two positions?
Yeah.
Okay, so in the second position that we are currently looking at, we have we have a deep freeze, right? But here there is a complete blockade in the first position. There is complete blockade, right?
Hmm.
But here technically black's pawns are free to move,
Hmm.
right? It's
Hmm.
moving them is not a good move, but they are still free to move because the g6 pawn is missing.
Hmm.
If we compare it to the first position, there is no g6 pawn here,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
So let's take this position, the first position, and let's just try and understand what is happening, okay? So if we do the same thing
Hmm.
here, which is, you know, let's say that we try to stalemate the black king.
Hmm.
So what happens here if we play king to c6?
Oh.
It's a stalemate, right? In the first position.
Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But what happens if we do the same thing in the second position?
Hmm. Black is in zugzwang.
Exactly.
He have to move the pawn g5 or g6
Right.
in this position.
Exactly. So we can
So
actually.
we did not need to go and gobble up the g7 and
Right, right,
h6.
right.
We can
Good.
simply
We can simply play king to c6 and we force him to move.
hmm
So what happens if we play, let's say, g5?
opposite.
Yeah. And he's still free to move, right? He
Hmm.
has he has this outside passed pawn, but ours is much
Hmm.
faster.
And we will promote with check,
We'll
and that's a mate.
we'll promote with, yeah, checkmate, right? So let's say this happens. We can also promote to a rook, right?
Yeah, it's a mate.
Yeah, good. So this is the difference between the two positions. So this goes to show the power of deep freeze.
Okay.
And this is an important thing that you should keep in mind. You don't always have to, go back to the other side. So this is like a combination of deep freeze and fox in the chicken coop,
Hmm.
right? We have an outside passed pawn and we also have a deep freeze,
Yes.
and that allows us the luxury to actually put the king in a zugzwang and win this
Exactly.
position.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Why to move? And This is a tricky position. Okay.
Okay,
So
now
think about it.
black is
Take
having
your
an
time.
outside pass pawn.
Sorry. Yeah. Black has an outside postpone. Right.
But it's a complicated.
Yeah,
We have
right.
to move this.
This is a tricky position.
Yeah.
So spend some time on it. Try to
Okay.
understand what is going on, and then we'll try to evaluate it together.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I have calculated this.
Okay.
So it's a white to play, and he will play h4.
Right. Why h4?
Uh, Stopping same thing happening with us.
Right.
He,
Good.
if we will play g4, then he will play g5, and
Right. That's a deep
that's a
freeze.
big freeze.
So let's first go through.
Okay,
Just a
h4,
second.
king c5. We will go back.
Sorry, I've got this set a little bit wrong. It is white to move. Okay. All right. So h4 is what you're saying.
Yes,
Okay. So what if black goes king to d5?
interesting. g4.
Okay. Why g4?
There is no hurry to take the b5 pawn.
Right. Good.
We are threatening h5, and uh, we are having an outside postpone.
Right. Good. Okay. Let's say king to e4.
c4, king to e4, h5.
Right. We create an outside passed pawn. He has to take. Right.
Yeah.
If he
Hmm.
doesn't take, then he is in danger.
Hmm.
So
Takes,
takes
he takes.
takes. King f5.
It's a draw.
Right. It's a draw. Good. Good spot on this one. Okay. So let's say that we are black. Okay.
Hmm.
And white plays the move g4.
Hmm.
Now what do we do now?
Simply play g5.
Right. g5. Good. And what
He
happens
will
now?
play. Oh, we are winning here. Clearly winning. There is no way.
Okay. Let's try to win this together then.
Okay.
So
Uh,
it's white's move now.
h4 is not working because our passport is faster.
Right.
h4,
Good.
gh, g5, h3, g7, g6, h2, g7, h1 queen, g8 queen
Right.
with a
Simultaneous
check,
promotion.
with a check.
Who's promoting with the check?
Uh,
So
Black is promoting with a check.
let's put this on the board.
h4, gh,
Right.
g5, h3, g6, h2, g7, h1 queen, g8
H.
queen with a check.
There is no promotion with check here.
Oh, I was thinking that queen was on d8. Sorry.
What did you think? Like which queen is checking which king?
I was thinking white queen was checking our king
Okay.
to cc, but I realized that king queen come on g8. But still, that position is complicated. I don't think so. It's clearly winning.
So the thing is, it is winning, but you have to understand that once we capture the pawn on h4,
Okay.
our king is in the box.
Hmm.
right? So we can stop the G pawn with the black king,
Oh,
right?
yeah, that's possible.
Exactly.
GH, G5, King D6.
Right,
And if he ever moves his king, then we will push the H3, H2, H1.
right. So the thing
I
is
missed
that,
that.
yeah, yeah,
I literally missed that
yeah,
R king in
right.
the box.
So, what happened in case of simultaneous promotion is, it's good that you looked at it, but you should calculate precisely, okay? And if that's not working, you can always think about any other way in which it could work, right?
Hmm.
And once you think that, then you can easily come to this idea that, oh, wait a second, my king is inside the box and his king is not inside the box, right?
Exactly.
Of our
And
pawn.
even our pawn is stopping his king from getting in. It's
Exactly.
a deflection pawn, like
Right, right.
e5.
His king is overworked and his king is too far away from our passed pawn on the other side of the board, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. So let's say white drops back to b3.
And if he goes b3, we will go to c5.
Go to c5, but why not d5? Because we want to get to the other side, right?
Uh,
We want to get over to the king side, right?
okay, that's also possible, but king c5 is a safer one. I think so.
Yeah, it's like maybe you want to push the pawn once, right?
No, no, no. King d5 is working because king c5, h4. We are
We are
in the
we are still in the box.
but king d5 is more precise, I guess.
Yeah, king d5 is more precise because our objective is pretty clear. Okay, like I would say that king c5 would still win. Obviously, we will have to take a deeper look at it, and we will, by the way, we will. But first, let's try to understand what it is that we have to do here.
Okay.
We have to, get our king here and gobble up the pawns, basically, and we can sacrifice this pawn. We can use it as a distraction. The b pawn, I mean,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So our job is simply to go over to the other side. Okay. So king
Mm.
d5,
King b4,
king b4.
king f3. Sorry, e4,
Yeah, king
e4,
e4.
king
King
cross
takes
b5, king
b5.
f3. No, king f3. No, king
Why not? Why
f4.
not king f3?
H4 is working.
Yeah,
I guess.
good, good. So if king f3, then h4, and this is
A
a draw.
draw.
It leads to a simultaneous promotion, as we saw before.
Even king g4. He will play h takes g5.
Yeah, right.
So king f4 more
King,
precise.
king. What did you say? King,
King f3 h4, king takes g4, and h takes g5 is draw.
king f3 h4, and
King takes g4,
king takes
and
g4 takes
h takes
draw.
g5 draw.
Good. It ends in a draw.
Yeah.
But if we go
King
king
f4.
to f4, then what is the difference now?
Now the difference is h4 is not working because g5 is not even
Right.
it's not even coming.
So let's say h4.
We will press simply g takes h4.
Right. And we are in time to guard the g5 square,
Exactly.
which wouldn't have been possible if we had played king to f3.
Exactly.
Then the pawn would just pass through. Good. So,
Hmm.
very important, even when positions seem simple, you should not make automatic moves, okay?
Sometime in time pressure, this mistake
Yeah,
will
it can
happen.
happen. It can happen. No doubt about it. But now that you know, maybe you'll be more cautious next time. I hope so.
Yes, yes.
But good. You're spotting the right ideas and,
Hmm.
pretty fast. So it's good. But always, if you have the time, In most cases, you will. And these things happen in your game. It's always good to double check before making a move.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good.